So I have like votes for information. And my next time last year, so like I woke up and things.
My kid started.
I went to the doctor last week.
She's at the
Well, it's important
Bone tissue.
Yeah.
Nothing grows her out. She's got biology.
Just go for an MRI.
Chapter 6 here, so we'll go ahead and get started. This meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is, however, a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in agenda item 3. And if you would like to speak during public participation, unless you're already on the agenda, the forms to fill out are in the back table. Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Phillips?
Here.
Ms. Griffin? Here. Mr. Rudd?
Here.
Mr. Skidmore?
Here.
And Dr. Smith? Here. And Mr. Bowman is absent, and Ms. McLaughlin? Here.
Stand together for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3A, recognition of visitors and communications. Senator Hunt, I'd like to welcome you here today. Andrea, were we going to have Mr. Huffman speak, or are we just going to say hi to Mr. Huffman?
Do you have any words for us?
I'll take, I'm known as short talker, unlike many politicians. I'll just, hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much for showing me around the new school. It's something truly to be proud of. I represent northern Montgomery County, western Miami County, Preble County, and a lot of new schools, a lot of good thought went into that. To me, it's a partnership with the state on education. I've been on the education committee for the 10 or 12 years I've been in the General Assembly, and we need to continue to do our part in funding the schools. And, when we get back, there's a lot of discussion about property tax and what to do about that. And, I think the first thing we need to do is no harm to the school districts, but do something to get some relief out there. But I appreciate your time, and I appreciate what you do with educating all the kids in Valley View. And I'll go back to when I grew up, I went to Mountain Union and played in the SWBL against Valley View and had a lot of good times around here. So, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for coming, and you all have a lot of work to do. And so I'm glad somebody other than us has to do it. And so good luck. Good luck. Roman numeral 3B, public participation. Sarah Marcus.
Right here.
Yes, that's great. Thanks, Sarah.
My name is Sarah Marcus, and I live at 62 Lindell Drive in Germantown. I'm a grandparent of 4 Valley View students, a longtime community member, and taxpayer. Thank you for the time to speak today. My purpose today is to ask the board why you have not joined the Vouchers Hurt Ohio lawsuit. Even though Franklin County Court of Common Pleas judge ruled the Ohio voucher program unconstitutional, vouchers continue to drain money from public schools, including Valley View. Based on the data from fiscal year 24, 31 students from Valley View received Ed Choice expansion scholarships, and Valley View receives $4,085 per student per year from the state. However, this money is diverted to private schools for these 31 students. This is approximately $126,000 per year. Of course, this doesn't include the additional transportation costs that happened to be on the agenda tonight. I happened to see that when I was looking through it, which that's a minimum of $18,000. Yes, providing transportation is not new. However, the numbers have dramatically increased with the Ed Choice expansion. What started as a scholarship program to help low-income families leave failing schools has become a reimbursement fund for wealthy families who choose private schools. Out of 31 Valley View students participating, only 1 qualifies as low income. Now let's be clear, Valley View schools are far from failing, yet our tax dollars are being taken by students to private schools. As a result, school districts become even more reliant on taxpayers, which I'm one of them, to approve levies for operating costs. As a parent and a grandparent and a community member, I have always supported the funding of the schools. I have always voted yes. I have worked on several levy committees and bond campaigns, ones that have maybe not failed, but continued to work on them and volunteer my time until they passed, including the one that helped build the new facilities. So if you know me at all, you recognize my deep commitment to Valley View. By joining the lawsuit, Valley View School Board would demonstrate their commitment to protect valuable school funding for all Valley View students. Since our legislators continue to expand voucher programs that drain public school money, it's time that Valley View stands up and protects its taxpayer money. Did you know some state legislators want to pay for buildings for private schools? It took endless volunteer hours from our community members to pass that bond issue. Vouchers create separate and unequal system of schools. State defunding public schools cause an over-reliance on property taxes, which can be detrimental to small rural communities like ours. Vouchers are unconstitutional. The Ohio Constitution states no religious or other sect or sects shall ever have any exclusive right to or control of any part of school funds of the state. Joining the lawsuit would cost Valley View $2 per pupil, an approximate total of $3,700. This is a minimal cost to support the return of our $126,000 plus dollars. I have current data that I got off the Ohio Department of Education website. It's where you can get a report of how many students and how much money is going out, and a rejoinder resolution that I'd be happy to share with all of the board members if you're interested in seeing that. There are 300 schools and more that have joined in the state of Ohio. I feel like it's really worth it for all of us. Thank you for your attention and time.
Absolutely. Thank you. Roman numeral 4, approval of minutes, a regular board meeting of August 11, 2025. I make a motion to approve that. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Roman numeral 5, building project update. Eric?
So the contractor should start to finish up all the check items that we found issues with throughout the building. Still got a couple of things left, like the grass. It was never established properly. They're still working on trying to get that through. We have a boiler that's failed, and they're working on getting that cleaned up and ready. The middle of October, we did a final walkthrough, checking every room, every ceiling pad, every receptacle, and making notes of all that to turn back over to them to get final repairs.
All right, Roman numeral 6A, financial reports. Recommend the board approve the financial statements for the month ending August 31st, 2025, attachment number 2. Would someone like to make a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second? Any discussion? Valerie, good job putting our reports together as always. Would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Roman numeral 4B, recommend the board approve permanent appropriations for 25-26. Valerie, could you give a quick explanation just so the folks paying attention know what that is?
Sure. We opened the year July 1st with temporary appropriations, yet we have to submit permanent appropriations to the county auditor by the end of September, and they are the same as far as our values. So the permanent appropriations, you're just taking temporary appropriations and making them.
I make a motion that we approve that. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Roman numeral 6C, recommend the board approve the district tuition rate for 2025-2026 school year of $8,171.10. Just so I'm clear, Valerie, that's not something that we determine. That is.
That's correct. The state determines that for us.
Okay, so we're being asked to approve what's already been decided.
Yes.
Okay. I make a motion we do that. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Roman numeral 7D, recommend the board approve the then and now certification for first student in the amount of $6,328.46. I feel like we do this a lot, Valerie. Can you quickly explain what that is?
Yes, this is where our purchase orders were not in place before the date of this invoice. This was an invoice from last year that was failed.
All right, I make a motion to approve that. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Dillon,
Yes.
Ms. Griffin,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 7A, personnel. We have attachment number 3, personnel action. Will someone make a motion that we approve the recommended personnel action that is attached to this attachment number 3?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Dillon,
Yes.
Ms. Griffin,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 7B, recommend the board approve the resolution to declare transportation impractical for certain identified students presented pursuant to requirements of Ohio Revised Code 3327 and procedures set forth by the Department of Education. The resolution follows careful evaluation of all available options prior to consideration of impracticality. And you correct me if I'm wrong, Valerie, what this does is the functional effect of this is we don't partake in the transporting the student then the family gets funds to address the.
That's
All right. I make a motion that we approve that. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Dillon,
Yes.
Ms. Griffin,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 7C, recommend the board approve the quote between Warren County Educational Service Center and Valley View School District. Andrew, could you give a quick explanation just of what we're dealing with there, what that involves?
Yes, Warren County Educational Service Center houses a couple of our students who are not able to attend at our K-12 building due to special needs that they have. Therefore, we send them to Warren County ESC for their education.
All right, do we have someone that would make a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Dillon,
Yes.
Ms. Griffin,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 7D, recommend the board approve a resolution authorizing an agreement with Four Seasons Environmental to provide HVAC maintenance services. I'm going to make a motion to that effect. Do I have a second?
Second.
Eric, it's a pretty big deal, right, to figure out how to do this?
It is.
Okay.
It's 212,000 square feet of state-of-the-art HVAC and controls.
Yeah.
The state recommended that we have our own HVAC person on site. This company has came up with these plans where they're sharing an HVAC person. I'll give you 2 days a week. Carlisle is currently doing 3 days a week. I underbid trying to save the district money. If I can get it done with 2 days a week, we're saving money. If we're not, I'll come back to you and say, hey, we actually got to go up to 3.
Sure, absolutely.
So that is the goal, is to keep it at 2 days. If I can get my staff trained on all the periodic maintenance, then we can actually eliminate them altogether if it all comes together properly.
I have a question. So how long would it take to train your staff? Is there certain certifications they have to have, or?
It's not a certification at all, it's just periodic maintenance. Any general maintenance guy can do it once you understand all the systems in that building. So it could happen in 1 year, or if my staff's too busy to follow this guy all the time, maybe it takes a little longer.
So we need to know it well enough to maintain it in a way that maximizes its efficiency.
We want to be as efficient as possible and last as long as possible.
Thank you, by the way. Any further discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Dillon,
Yes.
Ms. Griffin,
Yes.
Mr. Rudd,
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore,
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Roman numeral 7E, recommend the board approve the resolution authorizing an agreement with Duralast for the Germantown Elementary roofing project. I'm going to make a motion, and when I have a second, I'm going to ask Eric to explain that for everybody too, so that people have a clear understanding of what we're doing and why. Do we have a second? One second. Any discussion? Eric?
So that's been on our radar in our budget for a long time, to have that roof replaced, and I kept putting it off. The last year of the project, I didn't get up there. And when I got up there, I realized how bad it really was. I had a couple of people come in and look at doing repairs, and couldn't find anyone that could actually warrant it repaired. So the replacement on it came in, we went through the TIPS cooperative purchasing. and it's going to be part of the negotiated agreement with the city.
So can we just make this really clear that this is not this side of the building, the new building?
Correct.
It
Absolutely.
is the other.
It's the old three-story on Comstock.
Any discussion? So just from my perspective, one of the things that the district has done a really great job at is trying to find ways for us not to spend money we don't have to spend. And everybody did a great job on the Farmersville front, working on the grant. And the question becomes, how do we put ourselves in the best position to not spend money as it pertains to the Germantown building? And the one that buys us time and the one that buys us resources in the short term and gives us the chance to save a whole lot of money in the long term is the course that we're going with Germantown Christian. And so this is part of that. Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Reds?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Roman numeral 7F, recommend the board approve the course of study for newly developed courses for the 25-26 school year. Someone make a motion to that effect.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Valerie, I'm not a parliamentarian, although I do have a book that I should read to learn to be one. Can I take G, H, and I together?
We have to make a motion to do those as one.
Okay, can I make a motion that we do G, H, and I, which is just the FFA trips, as a single vote? Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Valerie, would you call the roll?
Yes. Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
All right, so the next items combined are the FFA trip to the National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, which is October of this year, so coming up relatively shortly. The State FFA Convention in April and May, and then FFA trip to Ohio FFA Camp June 1st through 5th. I make a motion that we approve those three trips. Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I grew up in a school that never heard of FFA. And to see the kids that are involved in it, and to see what it does, and see what they do, and to see what kind of people they turn into, and how they're molded by that program is an awesome thing. So I'm glad to approve anything we can about that. Any more discussion? Valerie, you call the roll.
Yes, Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Roman numeral 8, superintendent's comments.
Thank you, Mr. Rudd. Thank you for those of you who chose to come out this evening. We appreciate your attendance. Our academics are in full swing as we are multiple weeks into the school year, so it's great to see the kids back in the classrooms. The building is not as fun when it is empty, so we're glad they're back. Clubs and activities are starting, and fall sports have been exciting to watch. Congratulations on your achievements on the soccer field. And our safety committee has met a couple times. We're working on Stop the Blue kits being installed in each of the classrooms that were somewhat supported through the JED on a grant through there. Our open house was better than we could have ever expected. The attendance at the open house was wall-to-wall people. Maybe it was just me, but I thought after last year's open house for the building opening, it would be less likely attended. It was packed, so we had family members, aunts, uncles, grandparents, moms, dads, little children out. Our preschool ones were up with their older siblings, so that open house was absolutely fantastic. And lastly, Kathy is going to post a video that was created by 3 young men using drone technology through our new K-12 building. So I encourage you to go out to our YouTube station where you find our board meetings, and you'll see some excitement of a video of our new facility that was done by our students.
Thank you. Roman numeral 9, board member comments. Let's start. What kind of work over this?
As Ms. Cook mentioned before, the start of the school year has gone very well, and I'm just really excited to see how the rest of the school year plays out.
Exciting to see everybody back in, things moving, people everywhere doing all their things. I wanted to
Also thank the JED for the donation for the bleeding control kits. They're currently being installed in the elementary school. And I wanted to thank Dr. Smith for contacts for all of our staff to be trained. And thank you to Superintendent Cook for making it a priority.
Congratulations to the volleyball team on breaking the school record. It's pretty awesome. Also want to bring up, I have been challenged by the local First Church of God to kind of help do some fundraising to support our Sunshine in a Bag program. I'm sure many of you are already aware of what that program is. It's a great need that we have on supplying children who need food to get them through the weekend. And in the past, we've had great support, but there's been some waning of support, financial support over the past few years. So they asked if I could kind of reinvigorate the support. And so I threw a challenge out to our junior Spartans. And so the PB cheerleaders and the little football players are all going to like challenge themselves to who can bring in the most like chicken noodle soup and whatever and whatnot and so forth. But it's just really amazing for me to see the support that we have. Kids can't learn, they can't grow if they're hungry, they just can't. So I think that if you have an interest in supporting this program, it supports specifically valued local school students only, okay? And we don't make families have to, apply for it, show their financial need. At this time, we don't. And I think that's great. There's some family members that want to keep their financial situation private, and we do try to respect the privacy of the students, but it's a huge need. I grew up in a very, very impoverished area up in New England, and I did have food hunger as a child. And so if you invest in a child, not just academically, but also making sure they have the food that they need and their basic needs met, clearly they can be successful. So please consider that. And if you guys know organizations that have not yet supported this year and you have an interest, just reach out to me. Thank you.
All right, a couple things. One, just seeing all the kids back has been great. I got back in town the week before last and had to run up to the high school, or up to the school, I guess, and to see the little kids getting dropped off, the football players, the cheerleaders, and the guy in the Spartan costume. I mean, that's a way to create an environment, an atmosphere that people want to be part of. One thing that I thought was awesome was the participation in the student section and their purchase of apparel. There's a small handful of kids who didn't go that route, and so they're not going to be doing the free pass to all the home events. I would suggest if there's anybody that we can find out didn't go that route because of financial need, let me know. We'll figure something out. I mean, the least expensive apparel item is pretty inexpensive, and I'm pretty sure we can cover that for the people who need it. And so, not we, the board, but we as a community could take care of that, and we'll take care of that. I do want to speak to the question about education choice, because you're entitled to an answer. And I'm going to tell you, I am a person who has never voted against a school levy in my life. I supported public schools. Even when I didn't think the public schools were doing things the way I thought they ought to be done, I still supported what they were doing. The reason why I will, under no circumstances, ever support joining in that lawsuit is because I don't believe it. That's why I will. I am not here to represent the Valley View Board of Education. I'm not here to represent Valley View School District. I happen to be on this board as a representative of the community because they're the ones who elected me. I represent everybody, whether they are for the local schools, whether they have problems with the local schools, whether they want to send their kids to Catholic school or non-religious school or some other school. I represent those people. And I believe in choice. I genuinely believe in that. And I also believe that it is short-sighted for us to look at this statewide issue from a Valley View perspective. Well, of course, we have the kinds of schools that I think people should want to send their children to. I'm not going to tell the kid who lives in Dayton. I'm not going to tell the kid who lives in Cleveland. I'm not going to tell the kid who lives in Cincinnati that they have to subject themselves to what they would have to subject themselves. I want to see people have choice. I believe in competition. I believe in the marketplace. I believe that we can be the kind of district that people in this community would like to send their students to. And so the reason why I won't support it and why I will never support it is because I don't think this community believes in it.
I think this community would believe in the freedom of people to make the decision that they want to make with regard to their children, and we don't handcuff people and say, well, if you do that, then we're going to take the money that's allocated to spend on your child here, but not going to be spent on your child there. I think competition makes us better, and we're going to be better because of this. That's why I want to support it. But I didn't want you to get your question to go unanswered. I believe you deserve an answer.
One of the items we approved tonight was the course of study for some new classes here in the district. And I was really excited to see some of the offerings. It's just encouraging to see that our kids get a chance to try things out that might be a future occupation, but they get to do it at a much earlier time instead of waiting till college and then figuring out, well, that's not really for me. So I was really impressed with some of the offerings that our students have available now while they're still in school before they leave to do a higher education.
So I just want to say that it's been nice, seeing everybody, back in the building. It's been nice going to the Friday night lights, seeing all the students and, people in the community. And I want to thank Andrea for, always being willing to meet with me when I have questions or ideas. So I want to thank you for all that you do. And thank you for the time that you give to the whole community. And that's really about it.
Thanks, Sean. All right, I make a motion that we adjourn. Do we have a second? Any discussion? Valerie, call roll.
Yes, Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
Ms. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Rudd?
Yes.
Mr. Skidmore?
Yes.
Dr. Smith?
Yes.
All right, we're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.